Okay, so we're going to work on answering a question in the CER format. Okay, using the article that you read last week about kindness. So, our question is, what is the relationship between how others feel and how we feel? Okay, so we're going to have to answer this question. We're going to have a claim sentence, an evidence sentence, and a reasoning or analysis sentence. So, just to summarize the article that we read last week, what was this article about?
It was about how acts of kindness can help you and other people feel better.
Okay. How acts of kindness, according to science, can help make you feel better and other people feel better. So we're having a positive, if we're kind to other people, if we do certain things, we have a positive impact on their lives and also our lives. So they're connected, okay? If we're positive towards other people, they're happier. If other people are positive towards us, we're happier, and reverse, like negativity can also impact that. But this is just focusing on like positivity and kindness and how that makes you feel good as a person. Okay, so in our claim sentence, we want to restate the question and we want to answer it in a general sense. Okay, so I'm going to label again my sentences. So this is my claim sentence. So the relationship between how others feel and how we feel is tied together through positive interactions. Okay, so basically what we're saying is the relationship between how others feel and how we feel are tied together. They're connected. Okay, they bounce off of each other. But also, because this article is about kindness and how that impacts ourselves and others, we want to add this last statement about positive interactions. Okay, because that's what the article is about. Okay, so now you have to decide what evidence from the article proves this. Okay, so at this point, you're going to go and visit the article again, and you're going to decide, how do I prove that they're tied together through positive interactions? What part of the article talks about this? Okay, so if you go to the second paragraph, okay, in the article, it says, but research shows that being kind to others can actually make us genuinely happy in a number of different ways. We know that deciding to be generous or cooperating with others activates an area of the brain called the striatum. Okay? And then it goes on to talk about how that's rewarding, and your brain kind of identifies that as something that's going to make you happy. Okay? So what you would do now is you would pull up that sentence starter. You don't have to do it today, but if you were doing this by yourself, you would pull up that sentence starter document that I gave you on CER statements. And you would decide, how do I want to start this evidence sentence? Because, we can't just put a quote in. We have to start it. Okay, so I chose, according to the article, and I'm going to write the title of the article in quotation marks, 5 reasons why being kind makes you feel good according to science. And when you're putting the title of the article in, you want to copy it as is. So normally a regular article title, each word would be capitalized. But in this exact article title, it's not. So I copy it just as is. So according to the article, 5 reasons why being kind makes you feel good, according to science, comma, and then I'm going to do my direct quote. So when I'm direct quoting from an article, it's word for word. If I take anything out, I have to show that with what's called an ellipsis. If I am adding anything in my own words that's not word for word in the article, I show that with brackets, like parentheses, but squared off. Okay, so my quote that I'm going to use that proves my statement that we're connected through positive interaction is this right here. Okay, research shows that being kind to others can actually make us happy. Okay, and I'm going to end my quote there. That's enough evidence, I feel like, to prove that statement that they're connected in a positive way. Now, we didn't talk about this yesterday, but when you are directly quoting or paraphrasing information that you didn't come up with or is not general knowledge, like the sky's blue, Alabama's football team is the Crimson Tide, like all of that's general knowledge. This isn't. I had to read that article to learn this information. You have to do what's called a citation. Have y'all done citations before? Okay. So, yeah, it's citing. Basically, you're putting a citation for this article that shows the reader or tells the reader where you got this quote from, where you received this information or learned this information.
Like we did our line and document that says cite the website you got.
Yes. Okay. So in a citation, you're going to start with the parentheses, and you're going to put the author's last name and the page number. So the author of this, their last name is Cutler. So parentheses, Cutler, and this is page 1 of the article, and then in parentheses. So it would look like this, parentheses, Cutler 1, in parentheses, and then your period to end your evidence sentence. Okay? Is anybody in here colorblind?
No.
Okay. So red's a good color to use. I can use red. Okay, so for your reasoning sentence, now you want to tie together your claim statement and your evidence statement. So the relationship between how others feel and how we feel is tied together through positive interaction. According to the article, 5 reasons why being kind makes you feel good, according to science, research shows that being kind to others can actually make us happy. So we want to think critically and tie that together. Yes?
Will we just like copy and paste it, or will we have to make it into smaller sentences?
Copy and paste what?
Like whenever we're doing it on our computer, we're doing the create thing, like you said for us to do. And we have those 2 done, could we just like go over it and then like press copy and then like paste it, or go over
The direct quote?
No, just like everything in general, because you said for the reasoning statement, or like do we need to make all that stuff into like shorter sentences for the reasoning?
I'm confused. What exactly are you asking?
So, say if I had 2 paragraphs, and then there's like that, there's 2 paragraphs, and then the reasoning what you're talking about.
Okay, these are sentences.
Okay.
So this whole thing, normally when you type this out, you would type it out in paragraph format. Like you would indent here. Okay. and that would be the start of it, and then you would, like this, you would have started this evidence sentence actually up here. You wouldn't have to space them. Is that what you mean? No?
No. What I'm saying is, for the reasoning, what do we do in the reasoning? Just like write down why we think that?
The reasoning is in your own words. You have to come up with the reasoning sentence.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so you have to think in your head, how do I tie these two sentences together and kind of conclude my statement? Sort of like, how we talked about court cases. Now you have to have evidence. The attorney uses evidence to prove that their defendant is guilty or not guilty. Same thing here. They have a closing argument at the end of their trial. So you have to have a closing sentence to tie it all together. Okay, so you think, how does this evidence, if I say this quote, research shows that being kind to others can actually make us happy, how do I tie that together with what I've claimed about those relationships being connected through positive interactions? Okay. So, and you can use those sentence starters again from the document that I gave you. Yes.
Kind of off topic, it's red or orange?
That's red. Okay. So, I'm going to use the sentence starter, this shows. Okay. So, this shows that through many different acts of kindness, and then I'm going to use a couple examples from the second page of the article. Like smiling, because they say smiling connects us, makes us happy, makes other people happy. Smiling and making connections with others brings us together. Again, I'm using a word that I used in my claim sentence, together. Okay? Brings us together and has a positive impact on our lives. Okay? Any questions? No. Okay. Once you attempt to do this on your own, it's going to take some time, okay? I've been writing a lot longer than you have. So for me, it's very easy and simple for me to think through the process. It's going to be a little bit harder for you, okay? So don't worry about that struggle that you have. Do it step by step like I've broken it down for you. Okay, so for today, what I want you to do inside this assignment is I want you to just top this, okay, that we've done together today. Tomorrow, I will give you a new question with this article, and you will answer it in this process on your own. Yes?
How would I go about doing that with my computer? Is mine still...
Click into the assignment, and then press Submit Assignment, and then Create.
So you write down what you wrote down?
And you write this down in paragraph format. Yes. It's just 3 sentences. Make sure you're including those quotation marks, the periods, the citation, everything, just as I wrote it. You do not have to write the question on your submission.
So we press submit assignment and then press create?
Yes, submit assignment and then create. Anytime you have an assignment that doesn't already have something attached to it, like in Google Docs or Google Slides, you can press create and it will pop up a submission box for you to type in. Okay. Also make sure that you are watching your capitalization and your punctuation. Yes.
Do you want to write down Arthur?
No, you do not have to label them like I did. Put it in paragraph format.
Do we write it down? Or type it on here? The red one, the bottom.
Everything, but the C, the E, and the R all goes together. All three of these have to be included in your submission. Okay? Questions?